From My News 26 and the Rambler Sports Network, it's high school basketball. Coming to you today from the Wheelhouse in Boyne City High. This 26 Sports and RSN basketball presentation is brought to you by Wolverine Power Cooperative and Great Lakes Energy. Your local electric cooperative is looking out for you.
Good evening and welcome to the Wheelhouse in Boyne City. We are live here on RSN for a huge matchup between the Kalkaska Blazers and the Boyne City Ramblers in the first Lake Michigan Conference game of the season. I'm Andy Bryan alongside Aaron Fritchie, and we have some other cool things going on here tonight, right?
We do. We got a lot of RSN alumni in the house to show what they've got. It
is the holiday season. We got the Rambler Rowdies ready to go for Christmas, and we do have a lot of our alumni back in town for the holidays. And so RSN was started by a lot of these people, and they're going to be back in here, and they're doing the entire broadcast right now. So this is all alumni crew going right now. We got Liv Lewis filming us right now from last year. Tons of alumni in here. It's awesome.
We talk about coaching trees, right? We follow coaches, the coaches they mentor and so forth, and now we've got the RSN tree started. A lot of credit to Randy Calcaterra and what they've built here at Boyne City High School and the kids that are taking this around the country and around the world.
That's right. So we'll be bringing a lot of these people on set with us here, doing interviews to catch up with them, see where they are.
Cool stuff.
As well as a huge game. We can't forget that. A huge game here tonight between Kalkaska and Boyne City. And remember, Kalkaska in our district, in the Boyne City district, which is here. And I believe we have them the second game of the district. So this is kind of a precursor to the postseason matchup between Kalkaska and Boyne City. Kind of see where we're at.
Yeah, we're going to see them 3 times this year. And this is, we've got 2 teams that are fighting to be at the top of the heap.
All right. Well, again, I did see Quentin Notich in the house, and if you remember, Quentin Notich was the originator of, or the original Captain Rowdy, and remember he did this awesome Captain Rowdy halftime dance, and so he is going to again be in uniform again and actually see that dance again. So it'll be the last time that he gets to be Captain Rowdy and do the dance. So kind of excited about that. Yeah,
he looks a little shorter than he was last time, wearing that Rambler Rowdy outfit. Lost a couple 100 pounds, but we've got he's in action already, right?
Yeah, I saw him suiting up. I think he had some hard times getting back into the uniform because it's a little rusty, but he's ready to go. He's already walking around. There's a good look at the Rambler Rowdies right now in a Christmas theme, of course, and they are ready to go. We do a Battle of Fans tonight. This is their first installment of Battle of the Fans, and so they came out in full force here tonight and are ready to go. It's going to be, again, a perfect game to do this because, like we said, Kalkaska, a solid team to look out for in the Lake Michigan Conference, and Boyne City, again, favored to win the district as Coach Redmond always has the teams ready to go for those district games. And Kalkaska, kind of the sleeper. The Petoskey News Review had them as a sleeper in the Lake Michigan Conference. It's a team to watch out for in the conference. So this is going to be a huge game here tonight to see where both teams stand in the conference.
Well, we talked to Coach Heyer a little bit before the game, and they're 3-1. They have a loss to McBain by 4 points. Boyne City lost to McBain by about 20, I believe. They played well. They were behind most of the game, but they made a couple of runs and made that a close game. So that's pretty impressive. That was their first game of the year, actually, was McBain, who's very tough. Handed 2 of the 3 losses these teams have right now are to McBain. So.
Yeah, it's going to, again, common opponents, and it's going to be kind of interesting to see how they match up against each other. I know we have watched a few games with our boys here, and they're still figuring stuff out. Defense has been solid. Offense still kind of struggling to figure out their rhythm. I know that, you can always count on Max and then your seniors. And, well, you got Aiden Bream, who has really come alive this year, but suffered a bad ankle sprain in practice this week, and he told me, been kind of watching it all week, he said he's about 95% tonight. Didn't want to say he's a full 100%. He said still some pain in his ankle when he moves, but 95% I think is pretty good from what I saw that ankle looking like earlier this week.
Yeah, and a lot of times it takes 10-20 minutes to get that warmed up and loosened up, and then you try and keep it that way for the night. So hopefully he's feeling pretty fluid.
That's right. Well, and we have actually I can go through the list of alumni right now, and we did have our list of people that are actually working in the truck. It'd be nice if we could get that, but we will have Emma Vondra here on set. We're going to have Caden Coates probably will be here. We have Jared Frank. We have Tanner Evans, Jill Solomon. Jake Keltz is here. Ethan Hewitt. We're going to try to get Andrew Deneau on the phone if we can. But right now we have in the truck technical director is Anna Harmeling from last year. Replay is Haley Fogo. Fogo to replay in there. We have Ethan Hewitt. He's going to be kind of helping us out behind the scenes here. Lauren Fitz is on graphics and tweets. Gavis is on game camera. Jake Keltz will be doing our sideline reporting. Katie McHugh back on Hero Cam. She's a little nervous, but it's okay. Liv Lew's doing wireless sideline, and then of course Quentin Nowdish is going to be doing Captain Rowdy. So speaking of Jake Keltz, let's see if we can get a few comments from him right now. I think he's on sideline cam. I don't know where he is in the gym, but if we could get him, let's go to him right now. There he is. Hey, Jake.
I'm live from the wheelhouse right here in front of the student section. It's the alumni broadcast. It's a great event for both the alumni and the students. It's great for the students because all the VI kids get to be in the student section for this great game tonight. And it's great for us alumni to be back here in the wheelhouse, watch a game, get back in our class and do a little broadcast while the students get to cheer us on. So it's a great day to be back in the wheelhouse. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
All right, well, thank you, Jake. We'll try to get that audio worked out because couldn't hear him. I'm trying to read lips.
But man, does he look good over there?
He does look good. He looked like he knew what he was talking about, but I'm a little rusty on reading lips. So you can see there that the gym is packed here. The wheelhouse is packed full of Boyne City fans and Christmas cheer in here. So going to be kind of exciting to watch this game. So some of the things that we are looking for, remember to follow the Battle of the Fans, the Boyne City Battle of the Fans, so they can get back into that competition. We're going to talk to Emma Vondra a little bit later about the Battle of the Fans and kind of that stuff that she started. But back to some of the Boyne City players. So again, Max Vondra donning the pink shoes that you once wore. Hopefully those are going to be working for him tonight.
I haven't heard the last of that either.
Yeah, you probably haven't smelled the last of that either.
No, I have not. Washed my feet twice every night.
You burned those socks, didn't you? Right. Well, Trevor King, Dylan Shulock, some of the senior leadership for Boyne City, you kind of look at some of the offensive struggles of Boyne City down in their other games here against McBain and stuff. Petoskey. They're kind of the heartbeat, the soul of that offense, and if they're not getting buckets, it becomes kind of a struggle to find an offensive rhythm. And then, of course, our offense, it's hard to get going if the free throws aren't dropping, and right now the Ramblers aren't shooting very good free throw percentage. Probably could have been in the game, maybe even pulled out a upset against Petoskey if they could have made some of their free throws. So. Oh yeah, you can take a look of us on camera now. This is coming from our backboard cam that is worked by a joystick by somebody in there. Who's working that in there? Who's working that in the truck right now? Anna Harmeling's working this with a joystick in the truck. She's on the backboard cam. You can totally reverse it and look at us.
Should we take a lap and see if she can keep up?
Oh yeah, see, there you go.
This is probably not all that difficult, but
there's a look at Quentin Nowdish in the Captain Rowdy outfit, and already all the young elementary kids have found him and are excited that he's back. Well, you can see they're lining up for the national anthem, and we are moments away from tip-off. And we are going to let Tom Clemens, if he's there, take us into the national anthem, and then we'll be back on air for your starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Boyne City High School for tonight's basketball contest between the visiting Blazers of Kalkaska and the Boyne City Ramblers. As a member of the Michigan High School Athletic Association, we abide by the highest standards of conduct and sportsmanship. We encourage all fans to support their teams in a positive manner and appreciate the efforts of all players, parents, coaches, along with the student body of each school. The officials are assigned by the MHSAA to administer the rules of the game. Their experience and integrity qualify them to supervise tonight's sporting event. Now, ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise as we honor America with our national anthem.
That when they go down the line, you see Liv Lou's going down the line right there, and love to get a look at those guys. Good way to match them up right away.
It's good practice being on TV there. Get it out of the way in the first minute there and move on.
So starting for Kalkaska, number 2, Ben Fitch. Number 10, AJ Castaneda. Number 12, Jackson Disbrow. Saw Max and him talking during the national anthem. Kind of cool.
One of their good leaders, yep.
Number 22, Nathan Blasco. And number 50, Seth Riddle, who is a force down in the paint.
Yep, and another one of their leaders as well.
Yeah.
The Ramblers this evening will start. Number 5, the senior Dylan Shulock. Number 10, the junior Max Vondra, kind of a do-it-all kid.
And he's got to get started early tonight if he's going to send a message to Kalkaska.
And number 11, another junior, Pete Calcaterra.
There's another one that needs to get the bottom of the net early and get his stroke going.
Aiden Bream with his 1.5 ankles is going to start. He's a sophomore.
And he is just, the potential of this kid is just amazing.
And number 23, Trevor King.
Trevor King, another senior, but again, the offense kind of goes through him, so he's going to make sure that he sets the pace early here. Hopefully they don't start out too rusty.
Got a thumbs up from Rambler Rowdy, and that's a good sign, right? If he can get his thumb up in that big mid of his.
Well, some of the keys to the game tonight for the Ramblers, they got to make sure they can handle Kalkaska's run and jump pressure. They have to make sure they take care of the ball, keep the turnovers down. They have to make sure they execute their game plan and figure out their scheme against that trap. I mean, it's a trapping defense, so they got to make sure they take care of the ball and ways to get out of that trap. And they have to weather the runs. Kalkaska will run. They win the tip. Here comes Ben Fitch. right away.
Not a good start. A little confusion on defense.
You can't have those mistakes against a shooter like Ben Fitch. There's Vonder. He thought about it. Skip pass over to Shulock, and that one's a little too high.
Yeah, that's a tough start. A lot when you got a team like this that can play fast and can make threes, and it's very difficult, very dynamic.
It's one of those teams that will amplify your mistakes. So you can't have many. There's another great give and go.
That was great defense by Shulock. Get his hand in there.
Good, moving their feet on all the Ramblers' parts to actually get their hands in on that.
Yeah. That was nice play by Shulock. I mean, sometimes you end up reaching with the wrong hand. He made a point to reach with the correct hand, got a good reach on it, and Ramblers end up with the ball back.
Here you see some of that pressure we're going to talk about with Kalkaska. They're waiting to trap right there. You want to stay away from those corners where those traps are coming.
Trevor King looking early to probe the defense a little bit. Kalkaska does the same.
Shulock going to take it all the way, and he gets it blocked. But there's Aiden Bream to put it back in.
That was a great possession. 3 drive attempts, 2 kicks, 1 missed layup, and an offensive rebound.
Very patient. The Ramblers are being very patient on offense. Look at Seth Riddle here and Max Vondra. What a matchup. Oh, great pass down in there by Jackson Disbrow to Riddle. And Riddle knows how to use his body down there, and he doesn't stop once the ball goes in. There's that trap right there. Ben Fitch came in just reckless abandon on that trap. And
he got a lot of
foul.
Excuse me, he got a lot of ball too, but probably a good call.
Yeah, the fact that he sold out and just jumped his whole body on there probably got the call more than anything. He did have a lot of ball there.
Well, that's a good look at that, how aggressive that trap is, and how it's difficult to dribble through there.
There it is again. We talk about this all the time when we get on the broadcast here and see teams that press like this. We talk about how it will speed up your offensive internal clock, and you will just rush everything. And that's what Kalkaska is hoping the Ramblers will do here, is speed everything up and make mistakes. Aiden Breen goes in, great move, gets a block, but there's Trevor King with the foul.
That's a nice follow.
And the Ramblers are taking care of their offensive boards here tonight.
Yeah, it's impressive because Boyne has handled all that pressure so well. There's Max Vondra with a steal.
See, they're trying to get it into Riddle any way they can, and Vondra takes that one. Here's Trevor King. He gets it blocked clean.
Beautiful block.
And they're going to get it out front to Riddle. I don't know if he's going to catch that one. Shulock's just going to let that one go.
Yep, that was a nice play. Well, what I was going to say is that this is interesting for Boyne because they've handled the pressure reasonably well so far. And for a team like Boyne that struggles with their offense, if you get a couple of layups out of it, that can be a bonus. Yeah,
at this point, it might force them into attacking a little bit more and might help them out a little bit. Here's a good look at that. We were just talking about it. Gets it down low to the block.
That's all Redmond. Drawing that up on the clipboard all week, how to break that press, how to pass over the top of the initial trap and look diagonal.
A lot of times teams will get through that initial trap and they'll just kind of be complacent and go into their half-court offense when they should just attack.
Yep, that's a great opportunity. You got the numbers. And
Max trying to get it out to Bream, and Kalkaska's ready for that. Ben Fitch, a little off the mark, and then Kalkaska couldn't get the handle on it. They're going to talk about this one.
Yeah, that may go the other way. Nope, it'll stay here.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen that long outlet pass a lot from Max Vondra this year. He does such a great job of giving it up to guys running down the floor. Just love it. It makes his team so dynamic in their transition offense.
Well, and if their offense is struggling, you can get those layup fast break points. And again, it puts pressure on that defense. I mean, the Kalkaska gets done, they shoot. They're not even thinking about getting back. But I'm sure this has been well scouted, and they were ready for that first fast break outlet pass by Vondra.
Great defense.
John Bell has checked in for Riddle for Kalkaska.
Boyne's got a lot of size on defense at the guard positions right now. Trevor King, Shulock, Bream, those guys are pretty long as far as guards go.
Okay. Great take in there. And Shulock's going to get called.
That was a very aggressive move. I like that.
Another foul there. And they're going to call that one on Max Bonder. That's his first foul.
He has a habit of picking those up, doesn't he, Evie?
Yeah.
Well, we are, speaking of Max Bonder, we are standing here now. Emma Vondra has joined us on set. And while the game is going on, great shot there by Nathan Blasco for a 3 for Kalkaska, puts them up by 2. So tell us a little bit about where you are right now.
Okay. I'm currently studying at Central Michigan University.
Fire up, Chips.
Yeah, fire up.
Studying ping pong, or?
No, I'm a double major at the moment, communications and cultural and global studies.
It's going to take me a minute to process all that,
I know,
but it sounds pretty impressive.
It's a lot of words.
And so you're doing well. You're back here, and you're watching the Battle of the Fans, our first night of Battle of the Fans here tonight.
Yeah.
And you are kind of the matriarch of the Battle of the Fans. You kind of.
Yes.
It's the first time anybody ever called you a matriarch, isn't it? You can punch him if you want.
You started this, you got it all organized and got everything going. And why don't you tell us a little bit about that first year that you did that and how much work and it meant to you guys? You're still tired from it, aren't you?
I was trying to, when I got the text from Kalk, I was like, oh man, how did that start? I have to think about that. I think it literally just started. It was very unorganized at first. I think I saw a tweet or something, and I mentioned it to Kalk in passing, and he was like, no, that's not going to happen. And I was like, okay, but we can do it. And so I got other people on board, and so we kind of convinced him. And long story short, he said no at the end, but we kind of made it happen anyway.
You wore him down, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you guys were very successful, right? Third place?
Yeah.
What, 2 years in a row, was it? Third place? No.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
They changed the setup of it last year, so it was different, but.
And the banners are hanging up there. If we can get a look at those banners from some camera, it'd be nice. But how do you feel the MHSA with that? It was such a tough contest, wasn't it? It just got harder and harder every year.
Definitely.
And you had to kind of organize all this stuff. And was it worth it? Is it about winning that contest, or does that really matter to you guys, or what was the feel there?
I mean, I think obviously it's cool to win. You never really want to lose anything, but just being able to see the whole school come together and work towards one common goal to make this happen was such a cool thing to see. I remember getting home that night and sitting down and going, whoa, we actually just did that. That just happened.
It's kind of interesting. As teachers, we get to see kids individually go through and work real hard on a project. A class of kids will work on a project, and then they're working on another project in another class, something like that. But it was very exciting to watch the entire student body work on one project together.
Exactly, because it took everybody.
It did, and it was very fun to watch. I remember just being in the gym and how loud it was in the gym with our headsets on. Speaking into microphones, we still could barely hear each other, and that was all created by you.
And to go off of that, though, to be able to have RSN and go back and look at that, 10 years from now is a really cool thing.
Well, I do remember that. Nice look there. That my oldest son Drew had a ski night that night, and didn't want to go skiing because he wanted to come to Battle of the Fans.
Yeah, that's a cool thing.
What does that kind of feel mean to you, that it's trickling down into the elementary and they know what's going on up here?
Yeah, I think that's it's kind of what it's all about, because it's not just about the high school kids and it's not just about the student section. I think it's about the town in general. I mean, I think it's very reflective of the town in general to see how big the student section is, but also how big the crowd is in general, because it's not just the students getting into it, K through 12, it's also the entire community that buys in, so that's a pretty cool thing to see.
Yeah, and you had lots of donations, lots of people showing up just to watch, and I do think there was more community people here when the fans were packing the gym, and they wanted to see what was next, and you guys were coming up with some amazing stuff. We could barely keep up with you guys, so. There's a good look. Yeah, it's right up here. It's on the backboard.
That's a new one. That wasn't here when you were here.
Gosh, you guys are advanced.
I feel like we're in Walmart.
Security cameras.
Security cameras on us right now.
That's exactly.
So don't steal anything.
We don't get away with anything.
I knew I knew that was gonna get brought up.
Yeah, we're getting in our ear that you have a story to tell us right now.
Yeah, apparently Max decided to tell the whole school about my little embarrassing mishap yesterday.
Well,
so I'm home from college, and I work, but it's not like a lot. So during the day, my mom gives me stuff to go do while I'm doing nothing. So yesterday, my job
She interrupts your nothing.
Yeah, my job was to go mail. It was like 6 different things, but she didn't have like envelopes for it. And so, of course, I waited till like 2:15 when I had to be to work at 3. And so I go to the post office, and there's a huge line. So I had to pick out envelopes and put the right addresses on the right envelopes and put the right gifts inside the right envelopes. And then I did all that. It took me like 20 minutes. But then when I was like walking out of the post office, I realized I didn't have my keys. So long story short, I'm pretty sure my keys are on the way to Barrington, Illinois right now inside one of those packages. Because I still cannot find it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's going to be quite the Christmas surprise.
Yeah.
Right? That's going to be awesome.
Brand new truck.
Mom, I got
Merry
a new
Christmas,
car.
Uncle Tim.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's nice. Little holiday, holiday spirit. Yes. Thanks for joining us, and welcome home. And again, just enjoy what you've created. Take a look at those Rambler Rowdies.
Awesome. Great stuff.
Thank you very much. Well, as we were interviewing, Boyne went on a little run here, and
they did. They got a couple of layups, 2-3 layups in the last 2-3 minutes there to pull away, I guess, up to 4 points. Now back down to 2.
Well, and again, Kalkaska very, very quick, and that's why that trap works. And you see Seth Riddle, man, he went all out majority of this first quarter, and he just looks a little gassed right now trying to stop any of the penetration in the paint. A little push off there.
Yeah, it sure was an elbow right to the face, and but McPee's going to get called for that.
Yeah, Dispro here is going to push off a little bit.
You'll see this. You can see this elbow right there. We're just going to catch it. Whoops, sorry, guys. Oh, that was different.
Steinhoff in the paint right there has got to step in and take a charge. When he sees Dispro coming in hard like that, that's a perfect opportunity to step in and take that charge. And Steinhoff is a big kid. He can sit there and take that hit from Dispro pretty easily.
Well, with the pace here, I feel like we've squeezed a lot of basketball into the first 7 minutes, don't you?
Yeah, it's been very exciting. A lot of things going on here in the gym. McPherson's going to take a seat with his second foul already in the first quarter. And here they're going back to some pressure. There's that trap. Coach Heyer from Kalkaska kind of mixing and matching with that jump trap he's got going. Probably didn't like how many layups Boyne City was getting off it, so he's going to kind of pick and choose when he throws it in there. Max Bonder against Riddle. That's a great matchup. Down to under a minute here to go in the first. I think they're just going to hold for that last shot.
I was trying to figure out what the plan is here. But, you know, it's good to get your team to slow things down here while you, at the end of the quarter, like you said, the press gets you sped up so quickly that sometimes you have to remind yourself, hey, we have some say in this too. We can slow things down if we want. So
we can control this. Yeah.
You have to be pretty deliberate though, and Coach Redmond has sort of stepped in to help that happen.
Down to 15 now, and they're probably going to start to make a move here. And Kalkaska just quick feet. Out of bounds with 8 seconds left to go, and they're going to have to make a play right now.
That's okay, actually, because it'll push that clock down pretty low before we get a shot off, and unless we make a mistake, Boyne will go into the second quarter with the lead.
Here's Svonder. He thought about taking a three. Riddle slipped. Calcaterra just a little off the mark. That would have been a nice big three right there.
Rushed it just a little bit.
We're going to end the first quarter here with a 2-point lead. Boyne City. A couple of layups in that trapping press, and wow, this what a great night. What a great night. I'm expecting to go to commercial, and I'm sitting here with Tanner Evans. Tanner Evans just joined the set, walked right up here and scared the crap out of me. So it's fantastic. I see that you're at Michigan State with all your Michigan State gear. I see it. Yeah, it looks good. So Tanner Evans back. So tell us a little bit about Michigan State. What you're doing. All the classes you're failing and stuff?
Oh, yeah. Those video game classes. Yeah, just a lot of film production stuff. I'm getting into the upper level classes now, so it's a lot more hands-on, and we're able to just go out and make our own films and turn them in when we get to class.
That sounds like a great class.
It does.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
what is
awesome.
technically what is your major, minor, that kind of stuff?
So it's called Media and Information,
okay.
and I have a film concentration, and then I am also taking a fiction filmmaking minor.
So they just, media and information, they just throw the information on and make it sound more
right, make it sound real. Make it sound like it's a real thing, yeah.
That way if you have to do like a virtual tour of the campus and show that video, they get you to do that stuff?
My guess is it's for like when the students go home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And like your relatives are like, so what do? They like can't make fun of you for saying, yeah, I'm just in media.
That's information too though.
It's information.
Yeah.
There's lots of numbers
Lots
in
of information in the media.
Yeah.
So what do you see yourself doing? What's your dream job?
So that would be the director of photography for major film productions, and that's pretty much the guy who is in charge of cameras and lighting. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I'm not too focused on the directing with like actors or coming up with the story. I just like to make things look good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I've always wondered when I look at that stuff, you see all the hands-on the stuff, all these productions, there's got to be a guy that really loves doing that.
Yeah.
And that's you.
That's me.
You're the guy that makes it look good. Okay.
I try to get involved as much as I can. Like for my film class, for our final projects, we had to just make like a 5-minute short film. And I ended up shooting 5 different short films.
Oh,
because
really?
all the other kids in my class were just asking me to come shoot theirs. Yeah, it got way out of hand.
I was going to say, that makes you kind of busy.
Yeah, it was good.
Can we see any of these films? Are they anywhere that we can see? I want to see these things.
So here's a quick plug.
Okay.
Tanner-evans.com.
Okay.
It's got all my work on it. Yep, if you want to go take a look.
I'm gonna go look at that. That'd be awesome.
How do you spell Evans?
E-Vans.
V-V?
Yeah.
Oh,
E-Vans.
That's right.
Remember that one?
Hey,
so, go ahead. Sorry. Lots of questions here.
What's the role that RSN played in this? You know, you spent all this time with BCVI, and how did that sort of fuel your fire?
This was awesome. So I get to school, and everybody, like all of my classmates, are like getting their first experiences using cameras and editing software. And I mean, I had been making like films with my friends since I was 12. But we got like the professional equipment in high school.
Right.
So I get there and I have to learn it, but I already know it. So I just like had nothing to do for the first 2 years. So I got really involved outside of class, got some really good experience in.
That's awesome.
I did see your dad this afternoon. We won't tell him that you spent the first 2 years and a whole bunch of money learning stuff you already knew, right?
Yeah, no, he's well aware. And we're all as frustrated as he is. Yeah, it was a good waste of time. But it was really cool because it let me kind of explore different fields a little bit. So I've gotten really into creative advertising.
Okay.
And so that's just like coming up with the ideas of how to execute like what the data is telling you. So say the data is saying our audience likes idea X, so the creative team will take idea X and make it big and make it real.
Okay.
And so I got really involved with that because it's a lot of good short film projects.
Right,
every idea needs a film.
Right.
And so, yeah, it was really cool to be able to just get a whole bunch of work in a row, and it ended up leading me to Singapore for the summer. I did an internship there for 2 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Worldwide, international.
Yeah.
So you were just over there filming one of these projects, or what?
I was over there not film related. I was there just to be on a creative team and come up with ideas.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Wow.
It was really cool. It was very tough work though. Like we had this one brief and we had to come up with an activation, so it's just like this event to start off an ad campaign, and I came up with 80 plus ideas, and I think they took 2 of them. Yeah, it was
kind of sounds like turning papers into Fritchie, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
80 pages, and he likes 2 of them.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Great. Every 5th page is all you read. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, but it's been really good, and I just got hired to be the director of photography for a short film being shot in Lansing.
Okay.
So that's going to be a little chunk of my spring semester. Going to get some professional work.
And you get paid for this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. First paid job to do what I want.
Oh man, you joined the workforce now.
It's a weird feeling. Yeah. Excited.
And you got ties in all this. You got ties in RSN. You got ties with the Rambler Rowdies, and you got ties with the basketball team.
Yep.
What's it like coming back into the gym like this? I mean, you obviously are soaring right now, and you got your own ideas for your life. But what's it like coming back into the gym like this when all these things that were very impressionable to you are going on around you now? Yeah,
it feels like home. Makes me miss being out on that court. Not that I was out on that court all that much. It makes me wish sitting on that bench.
That's right.
But yeah, no, it's great. I love it. Right when I walked in, I just
felt good.
This feels right. And I didn't come back for a game last year, I don't think.
Yeah, I didn't see you last year at all.
It's been a while since I've been in the gym.
Oh my gosh.
It's been awesome.
That is awesome. Well, thank you very much, and I want you
it's good to see
enjoy the atmosphere while you're here.
Yeah,
so nice seeing you. Hey, Merry Christmas.
Yep, Merry Christmas to you guys.
And
Happy
good luck
holidays.
with all that paid job stuff, okay?
Yeah.
Be an adult. All right, so a lot happened while Tanner was on set with us. Why don't you break us down here?
We had a great Rambler burst there. We had, once again, Boyne's shots are coming mostly at the rim and a couple of three-pointers. We saw that last three-pointer from the right corner by Trevor King. That spreads this out to 7 points. I think that's certainly the biggest lead of the game for either team. We had a Blasco three down at this end. We had a turnover, but Ramblers are putting the pressure on, and I like the fact that they've knocked down an open shot and they continue to get to the rim despite the changing defenses that you mentioned earlier.
And one of the downsides is Max Vondra picked up his second foul, and he's on the bench, I'm sure, until the third quarter.
Yeah, he's not one of those kids that can stay away from fouls.
Yeah, you gotta. Not one of those where you can say 2 fouls, be careful out there. Yeah. The steal there by Castaneda, and here it goes. Good hands by Bream, and he's going to push.
Play. It's a great play. If you're running on the court and your guy's behind you, go track the ball down.
I really liked how Trevor King attacked the rim right there. He's just got to finish strong, especially with Blasco on him. Blasco's a long, lanky kid. Another three-pointer by Ben Fitch. I'm telling you, you can't make a mistake. Can't take a breath for a second here. There's King, gonna kick out. There's Calcaterra in the corner. Man, almost found the bottom. And Blasco with the rebound.
That last possession would have been nice to get this up to 9 points, but you end up giving up a three after a turnover. That hurts. There's Bream grabbing a turnover for himself. Great.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He did a great job. And I'll tell you, I don't love that call. I mean, I like the fact that you don't let the guy lay there and roll around the floor, but we want these guys to hustle after the ball and make passes. I mean, this is the most exciting part of the game, is trying to get the ball to your teammate while you're sitting on your butt. So there's great hands. He gets on the ball, secures it, and then he rolls over. And if he'd have gotten rid of it right there, it might have been okay, but it's a little bit too long.
Shulock almost picked that pass off. I mean, they do a great job with their length, their arms, poking that ball away.
Yeah, there's a lot of length on the floor right now for both teams. No 7-footers or anything, but we got a lot of 6'1", 6'2", 6'3" kids that are long-armed and athletic.
Just makes every pass, every shot just contested constantly. And there's JP getting a 3-second call. That would have been a great move there by Calcaterra.
He's been in there all year. I don't know why they called that now, but
just when they see him. I think when he moves,
they notice that he's there.
They notice that he's there, and they call the 3 seconds.
Loses his camouflage a little bit.
That's right. JP selling out, man. Down to a 2-point lead for the Ramblers now, and now joining us on set is Caden Coates. My goodness, it's been a while, hasn't it?
KC.
Man, RSN alumni. What class were you? My goodness, your class of 15?
15, yeah.
Holy cow, you're getting old.
I know, it's been a long time, it feels like.
So fill us in. Tell us where you are, what you've been doing.
Yes, I'm going to college at Grand Valley right now.
Okay.
Senior, doing my last semester in the winter.
This is it.
Yeah.
Then becomes the real world, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So major, minor, that's what I'm going through with everybody here.
Yeah, majoring in film and video. No minor, but I guess I have an emphasis on like editing and post-production.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess, I don't know, I have a job there at Grand Valley. I work for the promotions office. I'm the lead editor.
Really?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit what you do being the lead editor there.
Well, I just started, actually.
Okay.
I've only been there for like a week or so, but So we make like all the advertisements and the promos for like upcoming events that Grand Valley puts out.
Is that across the board, all events or sporting events or just anything?
Yeah, so sporting is kind of like a different thing because it's broadcast,
right?
It's live broadcast. But like if we have like a dance coming up or just like, I don't know, any kind of event that we have at the school that they want advertised, then they have a video team that goes out and films it, and that footage comes through me, and then I edit it together.
You make the final decisions on what goes in?
Exactly, yeah. Well, there's only 2 editors. There's the lead editor and there's the assistant editor.
Wow.
Yeah.
They do all the work.
That's some power there.
Yeah, I know, it's cool.
That's very cool. So tell us a little bit about your time with RSN here, and what did you pick up here? What sparked your interest?
Yeah, well, I think having this program here is just like super helpful if you are going into film school, because I was expecting, like when I got there, everyone to be on the same level experience-wise. But if you have a high school with a video program like that, you're just years ahead of everyone else.
That's what we've been hearing. We've been hearing a lot of that about people that they go in and they already know most of the stuff, and so you're kind of
exactly.
You get to kind of coast for a while, right?
Kinda, yeah. It's like a review almost.
Well, it seems like these classes, you do a lot of networking too. You get to meet people, you get out in the field a lot, and do so. What where are you at with that?
Yeah, so it's super important to network, especially in the film industry.
You have some professors that are involved with different things all over the country and so forth?
Yeah, actually, one of our professors is a documentary filmmaker in India, so he's pretty worldwide. But we have another director who is trying to go out into Hollywood to be a director, but he is from Tennessee, I think. So
does that mean you're like rubbing elbows with these guys, and you're going to eventually be
close to them? Yeah.
Hopefully, if they need an editor,
if you need somebody, that's how it goes.
Yeah, apparently you impressed a certain one of these professors, and they liked your work. And
yeah, well, so one of the editing professors that I have, she's super cool. And what happened is, so at Grand Valley, they do a summer film every year, and it's like super high production value film. And that's a really cool thing to be a part of because of the experience that you get. But after they film it, then it needs to get edited, and in our editing class, we had an interview for, what is it called, post-production supervisor.
Okay.
So I interviewed for that and got the position. So I'm also the post-production supervisor in the summer film this year.
Wow. You're a man of many titles, I'm telling you.
I know, I'm racking them up.
Yeah.
Great titles in this field, don't they?
Yeah, they sound so important. I mean, they are important, right?
Yeah,
they sound
cool.
important. Yeah, goodness.
Calc, we're going to want some new titles next week, too.
So I'm asking everybody else this too. So what would you tell the kids in RSN? Like, how do they understand what they have here until they get to college? Or
I don't think so. I think once you get there and you're like, wow, some of these people, like they're all passionate about film, but they've never made anything before.
Right.
So, and even like for a high school class, this is just so advanced in comparison.
And I asked this question earlier too, but what's your dream job? What do you see yourself doing? Just sitting in a lab editing videos? For who? For what? For what kind of stuff?
Gosh, I don't know. I guess just like a full-time
Animal
position.
Kingdom or?
Yeah, I mean, whoever will take me.
Anybody that makes films, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, feature films even. I mean, it's a totally different ballgame, but
the feature films have like teams of editors, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Awesome. So what did it feel like coming back home here, coming back into the gym?
It's great. Yeah, I haven't been in here in like a long time.
No, you've done a good job of staying away, haven't you? I haven't seen you in years, and now you walk in.
Yeah.
And how does it feel? Does it feel like
it's great to be back. Well, it's so different already in just the 2 years that I've been gone. I mean, I came in here and I was looking for the production set, and it's outside in the trailer.
Yeah, you weren't here with the trailer, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
That's awesome. It does feel small here, doesn't it now? You get out in the big world and all of a sudden you go, okay, you kind of feel smaller. But
in the meantime, we've got a game here. Boyne City gave up a 7-point lead, and it's been pretty even since then. We got 3 seconds left. Boyne trying to get the lead back that they just gave up. Not where they wanted to go with the ball, probably.
And they're going to run out of time. Well, Caden, it was great talking to you. Thanks for being on set.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We are going to bump out to commercial right now. You are watching a close game between... Oh, wait, we got to send it to our sideline reporter. That's right. I keep forgetting we got Keltz in here. So we are going to send it over to Jake Keltz once he gets over with the Rambler Rowdies and stuff. And thanks, bud. We'll see you. He's got to get Liv Lose to get set up. He's going to interview somebody in the crowd. All right, so we are going over to Keltz right now. Jake, what do you got for us?
I'm here with Alex McGeorge, one of the leaders of the student section. Alex, what's the biggest difference between the student sections last year and the student sections this year?
I think the biggest thing to overcome was like finding someone to lead, because we had Jake and Ethan last year, which it went so good. So it kind of took us a couple games, but I think we found it now. It's going pretty good.
How do you think Battle of the Fans is going to go this year for you guys?
I think it's going to be awesome. I know all these kids love being here. We got some really good themes coming. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's good participation tonight. I look forward to seeing you guys for the rest of the year. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you, Jake. That was awesome. Looks really good. We have time for a commercial before we bring in our next guests? All right, we're going to bump it out to commercial right now. Give ourselves a breather before we come back. We're going to have Jill Solomon on set. So
Why am I proud to be a Rambler?
Why am I proud to be a Rambler?
Why am I proud to be a Rambler?
Why am I proud to be a Rambler? I am proud to be a Rambler because of the meaning of our community. To be a part of Boyne City means being a part of a community with great activities and people. Whether it be the town's recent support for Jace's fight for his life in a battle with the flu, the amazing 4th of July parade, or Boyne Thunder. Night in and night out, I am proud to be playing with the word Boyne across my chest. My name is Ada Bream and I play basketball, golf, and tennis here at Boyne City High School.
All right, we are back, and we are going to take a look at Quentin Notich doing the Rambler Rowdy dance one last time.
Been waiting for this all week.
I know, this is awesome. All right, that was Quentin Notich doing his Kevin Rowdy dance one last time. That was fantastic.
I've been trying to teach myself how to do that for a year, and I cannot figure out how he does it.
Well, we are now on set with Jill Solomon. Oh, my goodness. This is amazing. When's the last time you've been in this gym?
I think it's been a few years.
It's been a few years. I mean, when's the last time you actually played on this floor?
Played on the floor?
Yeah.
Me? Never.
I'm just kidding. Let's turn
She
around.
accidentally walked on it
Turn
one
around,
time.
yeah. Turn around. Yeah, kind of a joke. I just like to ask you, when's the last time you played? But all right, so you are what? You're class of 14?
14.
Oh my gosh, class of 2014, and probably one of the all-stars of RSN.
All-stars,
right?
yeah.
Absolutely.
There's Kevin Rowdy, nice job, awesome. Totally an all-star. Pretty much, the TD position was you're kind of the mold, right?
That was me.
That was you. So.
Yeah.
You've created this amazing tradition of technical directors here at the Rambler Sports Network. Where did you go from there?
Where'd I go? So I went to Michigan State for 4 years.
Okay.
I studied microbiology with a minor in epidemiology. And now I switched sides and I'm at the University of Michigan for public health, my master's.
Okay.
Yes.
While you were at Michigan State, you're studying microbiology,
Yeah.
but you're also running Spartan Vision, your TD in Spartan Vision?
Yeah, so I work for Spartan
Tell
Vision.
us what that is.
Yes.
As a hobby, you're doing this, or
Yeah,
what?
it was fun. I liked it. So Spartan Vision does the Jumbotron at all the state sporting events. So I kind of worked my way up, and my last year I was directing women's basketball and technical directing men's basketball.
You're technical directing
that's
men's
awesome.
basketball, yet you have no clue what's going on the court.
I picked up some things along the way, 4 years.
You did not.
Plus RSN. Okay, I tried.
I just think that's amazing. How about your knowledge in the technical direction?
What?
Yeah. Could you tell us what's the difference between a basketball and a football?
Okay, we're not here to talk about that.
Yeah.
Wiggling out of the question.
All right, so that's amazing for you to get to work your way up and to be the technical director of Spartan Vision, right? I mean,
It was fun, yeah.
It's just fun. It's just fun for her. It's
Yeah,
all right.
unbelievable.
It's fun.
Unbelievable.
You were studying microbiology, so then now you're over at U of M,
Yep.
and now I was talking to Kalk about this. Tell me about this. You have a lot of science and production kind of
Right.
marrying themselves.
Yeah, so I realized after Spartan Vision and RSN, I really love production, and I want to be able to mix my interest in production with public health. So making videos to promote health, or at least now that I have the skills to be able to work with people to make the things that I want to promote health.
So these are all videos about. Give me an example of one that you would.
Sure, maybe it's educating the public about a new vaccine, or it's helping someone manage diabetes or something like that. So a
Okay.
video that they can watch and learn more about the health issue.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
who's buying those?
Yeah, that's what I was. That's my
Who's got
question.
you
Where are we
making
going to see
these?
this?
What are you doing with
Yeah,
it? Where do they go when you're done with them? You have this beautiful video on tape, and you
Right.
or not tape anymore, but
Yeah.
where does it go?
Yeah, well, I mean, people are on their phones for like 7-8 hours a day, I think a new study put out. So, I mean, it's on social media, it's anywhere people, you have something wrong with you and you Google it, right? That's the first thing you do.
Right.
So we want to be there getting people accurate health information right as soon as they can get it.
So you're not normally doctors or public health organizations would bring in somebody to just film this public service announcement kind of thing.
Sure.
You have the knowledge of both sides now.
Yes. Yes.
So you're kind of your own.
Yeah,
entity.
I can do some of the production myself, and I can also be the bridge between the science, public health, and the production people.
He's telling us what to talk about with no transition.
Yeah,
so.
it's good. Yeah.
but
Okay. Just
Just talk about.
sports
talk about
broadcasting.
broadcasting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so my time at MSU, or
All your time. I mean,
Okay.
we got the Spartan Vision in there. Are you doing anything? You're not doing anything
Sure.
involved with sports right now, right? Are you-
At Michigan, I am doing the same thing that I did at MSU. So working for the team that does the Jumbotron.
So whenever they're playing in Ann Arbor,
Yeah.
you're controlling the Jumbotron.
Yeah, some of the games. Yep. So I've worked some men's basketball games, women's basketball, volleyball, a lot of different things that go on there.
Wow.
Do you need any helpers that don't know anything about it?
Yeah.
What?
Do you need any helpers that don't know anything about what they're doing?
No,
Oh.
I don't think so.
I
Sorry.
do have a question.
Sure. Oh man,
What
I had a feeling that would come back.
this has been in
It's
the back of my science lab
still there. Wow.
since you graduated.
That looks like a freshman
Great.
year
Can
project
you
there.
tell us about
Yeah,
this?
so-
What is the story behind that again?
Yeah, so we had a segment of RSN called Rambler Reel Saves the Day, where we needed, okay, it's still coming. It's really creepy still.
It's going to haunt you. Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so the Rambler Reel had to come save this girl, which was played by me, very unathletic, nerdy robotics kid, who couldn't pass gym class. So the Rambler Reel had to come and help me.
That was a stretch. It was a stretch of a role for you, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that thing has been in the back of my room, and people walk in, and it scares them every time they walk in.
Yeah, it scares me
not to say
too.
that it looks scary. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
sure,
there's
okay.
somebody standing back there. It just looks kind of scary. but
course,
yeah.
yeah.
No offense, but Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming back. You're home for the holidays, right?
Yep,
And
home
then
for the holidays.
Doesn't Michigan play a few basketball games you got to get back for, or are you off?
I'm off till I get back.
Okay.
Then I'll go back.
Well, congratulations on all your success. We are very proud of you as an RSN alum.
Thank
and
you.
Where can we look for your stuff?
Or for my stuff?
Yeah, your videos that you would be making.
Well,
you can plug right now and see if.
Yeah, I mean, not maybe like a health department website or something.
Okay, so you don't have.
If we were going to pretend something was wrong with us, we can just kind of look and.
Sure. Yeah.
Shouldn't
exactly.
say pretend, but yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jill
Great.
Solomon, for coming
Thank
back
you.
and joining us on set. Thank you, and have a Merry Christmas.
You as well.
Man, this is just fantastic. Lots and lots of people coming back, and it shows you the depth of this program, and just keeps reaching out, and the tree keeps branching out. The coaching tree keeps branching out.
Yeah. It's amazing that we have RSN does all the sports stuff in the gym, but just tonight we've seen all the different directions where this goes from here, where it ends up, or at least for the time being, where these kids end up doing.
And to start the third again in a tight game, and we're going to be joined by again another alum, Jared Frank. Jared Frank was class of 2017. He was a Petoskey student, came here for 2 years. That's how good the program was, right, Jared?
Yes.
And now he is at Ball State University in Indiana, and he is just rocking it down there in the production field. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on? I talked to you earlier and just very impressed.
So I mean, the first couple weeks I was on campus because I had so much experience with the TriCaster. I was able to be the TD for a game day show. So every home football game, before and after the game, we'd have a studio show where we'd bring on players to interview after the game and stuff. So I was able to jump right in there in the first couple weeks and TD that. So that was awesome. And just kind of in general, I've been TDing our ESPN3 broadcast. So if it's in the arena, we're partnered with ESPN. So those go out on Watch ESPN. Yep. So that's men's and women's basketball, men's and women's volleyball. We do soccer as well, so yeah, I was able to jump in like the first couple weeks, which is awesome. It's one of the attractions of the program for me. Didn't have to do like prereqs for 2 years and then join. It was immediate involvement. So yeah, it was awesome.
So your head start sort of enables you to get this incredible experience so early in your college career. That's really impressive.
I was every alumni that's coming on here is saying that they are doing the same thing. They can just fast track right into stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you? Do you have to like show your skills? Is a professor sitting there saying, "Hey, see if you can run this, run that," and if you do, they say, "Hey, you're ready to go right now"?
Yeah, I mean, people usually have to apply. Give them a resume, show them what you've done. But I was kind of sending links. Like we do Battle of the Fans broadcast for whatever. I just send my instructor the link. We did the behind-the-scenes video that I produced my senior year. I just sent the link to that, and that was kind of like my resume. I could just show them all the work I was doing, and they kind of. I mean, it's so similar. Like. I think the TriCaster board is the same that we use for our TriCaster productions, except it's just the 8 cameras, I think it was. This one's 4, and the next one's just the one step up. So it's super easy. I could just jump in super quick, and I already knew what I was doing. So
that's awesome.
So what do you want to do, Jared?
I think I want to go into live production, work for a live production company, goes around and gets contracted by ESPN, CBS.
Which means what? Tell everybody what exactly that looks like.
So just working in live sports. I mean, I like to be the technical director for live productions.
It's a great finish by Pete Kalkaska, taking the contact and getting the ball in the hoop.
That's right. We have Jared on set with us now, so we're doing live broadcast. So he's right in his little wheelhouse here. This is nice. We can just go right and do some of the.
We're getting a quick replay here, but you'll see Cal comes in here. He knows he's going to take contact, so he gets the contact first, right there, and then he's going to come around and finish. That's just a beautiful job on his part.
That was fantastic. I thought he gave up a 3-point attempt right there, Pete Kalkaska did, but then he went and got it the old-fashioned way, so worked out. But Kalkaska comes down, get a quick bucket, and keeps their lead at 2 here. Dribble penetration, obviously what they're looking for in kickouts.
So as far as live broadcast, what is it about that draws you?
I think it's just the fact that, Tanner Evans came on, talked about, short film production and stuff like that, and how you sort of formulate the story before you actually do it. But I think what I like about live sports is that you the story is unfolding as you watch. So, and it's just so unpredictable. Like, You know, something like the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, like they're so incredible. You know, this Cavaliers coming back from a 3-1 deficit or something like that. It's just what you know, no one can write a script like that. It's
so
just,
the story is sort of what it is to some extent, or do you feel like you have control over it all, making these split-seconds decisions and how it's portrayed?
The thing is, yeah, exactly. You can't control the story, but you control how the audience sees it. I think that's what I like, is being able to tell a story through a live production with all the different cameras. And I mean, you see, there's some crazy improvements since I left. I don't even think I'd be able to work the TriCaster because we have all these crazy backboard cams and stuff. It's awesome.
Good foul there by Trevor King, and he's going to get fouled by Riddle. Yeah, so we made some improvements here in the wheelhouse, and again, still a very small stage compared to what you're dealing with now. And talk about how some of those games they're bigger games, a bit more pressure on them, and obviously the tempo is a little faster.
Well, yeah, Kalk just said, talk about pressure. I mean, it's almost kind of the closest thing to being out on the court. The same pressure of, you know, during the fourth quarter you got to perform. You can't, you know, that's what people want to see. You got to. I mean, I've TD'd productions where there was a game-winning three, stuff like that. You have the pressure on you to make sure the audience sees the story as you show it. So.
Do you like that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I mean, you guys have had some incredible games. Bob and I missed the football game against St. Francis last year. That was an all-timer.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Again, those moments are burned into our memories as well. And yeah, and you said it. I mean, we doing broadcasts with the pace of the game like this in the moments, you're nervous too.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a good look at that. Good look at that charge call. That was a good call. Riddle was in there.
They've taken 2 of them in the last few possessions. They do a nice job. That's something that their team's probably coached. You know, they practice taking charges in practice getting squared up, getting the right spot, and selling it. They've done a nice job.
Well, and Kalkaska, again, as a team, very, very quick, and they know Boyne City wants to penetrate, so they can move their feet over there and take that charge. Very effective. Most teams aren't as quick, and Boyne City's had a couple of charges against them. There's probably another one right there. Yep. That's a charge. Leaning into him, TK. Can't do that right in front of the ref.
Here. They're going to call it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're right. I thought he was deferring to the other official there.
Yeah, that was right in front of us and the official, and that was an obvious call.
There's a difference between initiating contact and then doing it in such a way that you can't get out of it. That was a pretty blatantly aggressive play on King's part. But he's getting a little frustrated. He's trying to get a foul called near the basket.
Yeah, got to keep your cool in a tight game like this, tied up here. And Trevor.
And this is one of the things I talked to some of the guys about before the game is weathering the storm emotionally, psychologically. So when you get these rushes like this, can you handle it? Can you stay in the game, play team ball, and make good decisions? That's what we're going to find out here right now.
Drive.
Oh, Max Vondra got himself all the way to the basket. I thought he was going to lay that in.
Got to get this board, JP, and he's just couldn't squeeze it.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit more about Ball State. Talking to you earlier and saying their production is just awesome down there, right? Their production school, and it's all funded by Dave Letterman.
Yeah, he's a generous donor. But I mean, talking about the program, I mean, it's very similar to RSN in the fact that we have our live productions, but it's just kind of based around storytelling as sort of the overall, the umbrella of what we do, whether that's live production or whether that's feature stories. Those are kind of the staple of our program, are these like 8 to 12 minute feature stories about a player, an athlete that goes to the school. So, I mean, a lot of, but like video editing, photo editing, what we did with Adobe here, it all carried over to Boyne, or from Boyne to Ball State. So.
Well, speaking of telling a story, Blasco has hit consecutive three-pointers to force a timeout here by Redmond, and talk about stopping some of those three-point attempts. Let's take a look at this replay right here.
That's a beautiful shot. You can see he's spread outside the line there quite a ways, but that's tough when they make 2 baskets and that's 15% of their points for the game in about 15 seconds. It's a big jump. So.
And that Nathan Blasco is a very lanky kid, and if he gets gets a little bit of a look, he's going to take that three-pointer, and it's tough to get up and block those tall, lanky kids. And he's been giving us trouble on defense as well, a lot of block shots. Good look at that Kalkaska drive with the foul.
Yep, really nice play, and Boyne's going to be tempted to try and get this all back quickly, but that's what they need to do right there with that replay we just saw, is get to the rim. Maybe shoot some foul shots, but make good decisions, and obviously they're going to have to get some stops. I mean, if Kalkaska is going to shoot 25-foot three-pointers, you kind of live and die by that, but outside of that, just got to play some lockdown defense and get a bucket.
Well, there's no better way to start out Lake Michigan Conference basketball with a great matchup here with probably the two top teams in the conference.
And it really is a great matchup. They're athletic. They play good team basketball. They're well coached. It's fun game to watch.
Look at JP. Watch Moody here go to work. There's McPherson going in again. There's another block by Glasgow, and they got a point there, trying to call a jump ball. That looked like it would have been a jump ball. What do you think, Jared?
Yeah, I don't know.
It looks like it could have been, and we were talking earlier about initiating contact, and you'll see here on this replay, he's more upright when he shoots as opposed to leaning in for contact, I think. Well, I can't quite see from that backboard cam, but we got a made free throw out of it one way or the other.
Looking at it right there, he just looks like he kind of brought his arm across. McPherson a little bit. I don't know.
Yep. You're right. He did reach across him, didn't he?
And he just throws it away right there. Great pass, Kalkaska, and that one, again, there's Blasco with another one. And that's pretty beneficial for Boyne. A guy that comes out, hits 2 3-pointers, now just picks up 2 quick fouls. Again, only his second foul for Blasco, but mentally.
Yeah, if it takes him a little bit out of his rhythm, then
I do like how Boyne City is attacking the rim. They are going against guys that can block their shots, but they're still going up strong and getting to the free throw stripe.
Well, and they got to hit him too. I'm hearing that's been a problem for the Ramblers this season, is getting to the free throw line, but you got to convert them.
Yeah, that was a main struggle against Petoskey. Well, their first couple games they struggled, but their offense was doing a little bit better, but against Petoskey, they needed some free throws. And tonight, it seems like they're making them. Blasco tries another quick one. That one's off the mark. Kalkaska thought he saw JP streaking down the middle, thought he was going to get it to him, but good defense by Kalkaska. Checking back in, you got Seth Riddle. And Ben Porter are going to check in. Then Steinhoff going to come in for McPherson. Again, Steinhoff, what a specimen, man. He is a very talented athlete.
Yeah, he's deceptive. I mean, he uses his length well. He's very athletic, and he really is strong. He does a lot of things on the court. You can see him setting screens there, screen and roll. He's going to be rebounding here in a minute.
There he goes. Now you see he's going to try to get it to JP.
A beautiful pass.
Nice
I
pass.
thought he was going to run the guy over, and he made just a great decision and a great pass. There's Kalkaska, gets enough pressure on the shot there to force a miss, and Kalkaska scores off the offensive rebound, but still only a 3-point game, so with an opportunity to cut back into that.
JP did a good job going straight up there against Riddle, but Riddle, a little fadeaway, knocking it down. He's a very talented athlete down in there as well.
And this also is a nice play by Trevor King. He got into the paint and he jump stopped. And then maybe we can see this one again, but when he slides sideways around that defender, and so you'll see him from this angle, he's going to come in here and then he kind of slides sideways. It's a really nice play. And gets the hands in the face.
Oh, another block by Blasco. Another one.
And
He's
he
going to
stays
foul.
with
That's
it.
3 on him.
He's been very energetic tonight. He's using his length quite a bit to get his hands on the ball.
And we've all had our time where we played, and man, you play against teams where you don't know where the points are coming from. It is tough. Defensively, you just don't know where to look. I mean, if it's two guys, you can set up a defense that's going to shut those two guys down, but how do you do it against Boyne? You just don't know where it's coming from night to night.
These guys, I mean, I remember watching Trevor King and Max Vondra play when I was in school, so they've been in the program, they know how it works, and they just know their role.
Yeah, and Coach Redmond does a fantastic job of making sure those players learn their roles. There's a foul on a moving screen by Seth Riddle. Starting to get a little chippy out there. And that's the third foul on Riddle. I'm getting the word from the truck that, is it 20-17? Is that what I heard? 2017, the girls, Boyne City girls are up on Kalkaska. Another tight game going on in Kalkaska. If you just guys can keep us updated, that'd be awesome. Tweet in. Two great games going on with Kalkaska and Boyne City, with both genders. Steinhoff, screen and roll. He goes up strong, and he's going to get the bucket and the foul. There's that raw talent we talked about.
It's a great take.
He goes from a standstill, he catches this ball, and he just decides he's going to go around the defense. And he's strong enough, he takes contact from two guys and still gets that ball in. That's a great play.
And he gets it, ties it back up. Don't hassle the Hoff. A lot of movement on this Kalkaska offense. Goes up right by Calcaterra. Castaneda, quick point guard. Again, Castaneda and Fitch, two very, very quick ball handlers out there that can shoot the three. Very tough defensive assignment. Shulock dish down to Steinhoff. Making a living down there in the block.
Well, that was a great pass and made that possible.
Wow. And Fitch goes coast to coast again with that speed. And he's going to get a chance for a three-point play.
That was a good call. That he was not in position to take that charge all too far into the basket, turned sideways. So we talked earlier about taking the charge. You know, there's sort of an art to it, and being squared up to the player and keeping your feet planted. That just wasn't it.
And yeah, if you can't get out in front, you can't get the charge. You got to move your feet. Can't run next to him. Going to get a foul. What's happening is Boyne City's not getting back in time, and they're chasing and they're trying to block from behind, and they're just getting ticky-tack fouls because they're out of position and not getting back. Dillon trying to skip pass, got tipped. Kalkaska in control here with 30 seconds to go in the third.
Boyne's had a lot of success tonight off the drive and kick, not just kick out, but kick to the other player across the blocks and so forth. So need to get back to that.
Deep pass. Hayden's going to go after this. And they might call a foul. They're going to call a foul on Castaneda for this, I believe.
Yeah, that was interesting. Hayden looked like he was going to get that ball, and Kalkaska tried to swat it back to his team. Gets called for the push.
And Hayden's going to shoot. Devin's going to get a chance at the line here. Down by 3, 26 seconds to go here in the third. Devin Hayden a little flat on that one, and what a spark plug Devin Hayden is. Kind of built like one, kind of fires like one. I mean, he is just gets everybody going out there 100 miles an hour. Now he's going to go a little long to overcompensate for that.
Boyne City better hope these free throws don't come back to hurt them. I mean, 3-point game, sometimes that's a difference.
Yeah, they've been shooting well tonight. Hope they don't go into the tank here. Get cold. 5-second call. Five-second call against Castaneda, and that's a huge call. 7 seconds left to go here in the third. Just a mental error by Castaneda.
Well, we saw this Boyne with the ball with 8 seconds left in the quarter earlier and did not get a good shot. So see if we can make a little smarter decision here.
3 seconds to go. Shulock way downtown. And that's how your third quarter is going to end, with Boyne City down by 3. And we are going to take it out to a commercial break, and we're going to come back with your very exciting fourth quarter. Thank you, Jared Frank, for being here. Congratulations on all your success. You're watching the Rambler Sports Network. We'll be back after this.
Over 15 different programs, over 1,500 participating students, 11 different hosting school districts, preparing today's youth for tomorrow's workforce. The Charlevoix-Emmett Intermediate School District's career and technical education programs. Charm ISD CTE programs prepare students for employment and advanced degrees in high-paying career fields. For more detailed information on individual programs and how to enroll, visit the Charlevoix-Emmett ISD website at www.charmisd.org.
Welcome back to the Rambler Sports Network, and buckle up for what's bound to be a very exciting 8 minutes here. Boyne City 47, Kalkaska 50.
There's that driving kick we talked about. Steinhoff gets taken down. That'll be the third, I believe.
I think that's his fourth. Yeah, that's
fourth.
Blasco's fourth, and that could be pivotal here. At the very beginning of the fourth quarter, with one of their major shot blockers and three-point shooters picking up his fourth foul.
Yeah, he's a really great all-around player. You're right, he's long, athletic. He's got a great shot. We've seen that long three-pointer. We've seen him rebounding.
I like him. He makes me look fat.
He does, doesn't he?
Steinhoff at the line here.
Well, Steinhoff, excuse me, go ahead.
No, yeah, he got one out of the two there.
Well, he's making impact with his minutes here. Oh, and again, we were talking about this transition defense. That wasn't even transition, but Boyne just got run by two players up top and down low.
There it is again.
There's another charge taken by Kalkaska against Breen. The only thing we'll have to look at is where exactly, you look at where he was on the floor if he was out from under the basket and where he was when the offensive player took off.
All right, I think right now on the phone we have Andrew Deneau, titled as the RSN Godfather. Andrew, can you hear us?
Hey, yeah, how's it going?
I can't hear him. Andrew, you there? Can we hear you?
Hey, Andy, can you hear me?
We got nothing. I can't hear him. One more time, Andrew, you there? Can I?
Yeah, hey, how's it going, guys?
I can't hear him.
We can't hear you, Andrew,
Yeah.
but we were talking today about the impact you've had on this program here on RSN, and why don't you tell us a little bit about where you're at right now and what you're doing, and what's so important that you can't be here with us?
Yeah.
Well, right now I'm working on a TV show in Atlanta. Shooting nights, so we'll be filming all night tonight. Yeah, it's been
no.
ever since I was VI, I knew I wanted.
All right, we're having some technical difficulty there with our phone hookup with Andrew Deneau. I believe he's in Georgia right now working on a film, and we tried to get him there to see what he's doing and what he's up to, and maybe we'll try again in a minute.
Well, there's a really strong finish by JP. They got him the ball down low, and he was very deliberate about getting that ball up to the rim.
Seth
Now he's
Riddle
going
going
to
to work.
block.
Oh, he did. JP coming to life here in the fourth quarter. Again, that's a tough matchup against Seth Riddle, who's very savvy down there on the block.
One of the things we've seen from Kalkaska real quickly is their first rotation on defense is really good. They'll stop this right here, but they don't pick up the guy. There's JP Moody right there. That second pass is giving Kalkaska trouble. So we'll.
Yeah, and usually it's down on the block, and that's where they've been.
Max chucks it away. Just in tennis, we'd call that an unforced error, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's you're totally right. They make that adjustment on that first defensive move, and that in the last couple possessions in that third quarter, it has been a charge, and Boyne City's got to recognize that next pass is the important one, and they got to just jump stop right in front and drop it down to the block or kick out to the three-pointer.
And we've seen it a number of times tonight where they pick up that driver and they don't pick up the rotation on the other side.
That ball got stripped after Ben Fitch rolled his ankle on the floor, and that ball got tipped out by Kalkaska. It's going to be Boyne City ball right underneath the basket. And they're going to have Blasco come back in here with 4 fouls.
And what that tells you is Kalkaska is a little worried about the run, and they're in it to win it right now. This is like going for 2 at the end of the game to win by 1. The 2-point conversion. They want to make sure that they keep control of this.
Big screen by Moody. There goes King. Nice little floater in the paint. Rebounded by Vondra. He's going to get the contact. And he knew it was coming. He knew it was coming. He just went up into it.
What I would have liked to see is him go up with 2 hands. He was a great rebound. Let's see if we can see this on the replay. It's a great rebound. He takes the foul, and then he just sort of lets it go from there. I want to see him go up with 2 hands, take the foul, and make sure that ball goes in the hoop. So we'll see it right here. Here he is. And I guess maybe he was reaching around the backboard a little bit, but I'd like to see him leaning towards the basket.
Off with the second one. Cuts it to 3 with 5:06 to go here.
Jared Frank on a moment ago.
Getting some major feedback here. Yeah.
So I don't know if you got that great dance music there. We were jamming here for a minute, but we saw JP Moody get a put back down here to pull it within 1. Kalkaska gets a bucket on the other end.
So transition defense just not getting back in. Kalkaska using their speed just to outrun Boyne all the way down the floor. That's been the difference tonight.
And the free throws like Jared Frank brought up. Boyne's made a few more than they have in a couple of games recently, but they've also missed enough to put themselves in great position in this game.
Kick out. Here's a Shulock 3. And the foul! And 1.
I was just about to say that I wanted to see somebody go to the basket.
Well, that might be the play right there that gets Boyne City fired up to finish this game off.
Yeah, this is a great call. This is completely after the shot, but the offensive player, if we can see that again real quickly, the offensive player's got to have space. Great kick out, but he's got to have room to come down. The defensive player slides right underneath him, and that is the correct call.
Well, Dylan missed that free throw, but
Coach Redmond, quick
call
on the trigger with the timeout. That was an absolute must-have ball with the momentum the way it's going right now. Boyne's got a chance to drop a play and get a basket and take the lead back for the first time this quarter.
Aiden Bream jumping on the floor for that ball, and, man, playoff savvy Nick Redmond calling a timeout quickly.
Look at the finish there from Shulock. Look at it, right straight up, nice release. And then back to this loose ball that Bream, this is the second one at least that he's gotten on the floor. But what I really like about this is Bream
there it is.
Gets this ball, and he is sort of trusting his teammates to make this timeout call. He's not going to try and do it on his own, and Coach Redmond's got his back. That's teamwork. Everybody understands what we're trying to do, and it worked out well for Boyne. And it may work out really well if we get a bucket out of it.
All right, tied up, fourth quarter now. It's coming down to crunch time, and we've seen in games, Nick Redmond teams hold for the last shot right here.
Yes, we have. That's right. Just about.
Yeah.
I want to see something going to the hoop here.
Oh, yeah, they're feeling excited right now.
And I have a feeling it's going to be off the dribble like it has been all night.
Oh, bad pass right there by Bream, and he better not do anything stupid. And he fouled him.
I don't know that he fouled him, but he made a motion that's going to get that called most times.
Well, we've talked about that a lot. When you're driving like that and you go up over a guy, 9 times out of 10, they are going to call that. I don't
his
think
hand
he got
is
him.
not on him.
He didn't
didn't touch him at all. Not even close. Yep. Well, and again, the issue is that refs have to anticipate at times, and when the motion is like it was reaching over the top of the shooter's head like that, a lot of times it's going to get called.
And they're usually behind the play too when it happens bang bang like that, and they get out ahead of the refs. That's a tough call. Kalkaska up by 3 now.
There's the drive.
There's a big foul. That might be.
You see Calcaterra gets in there, and he's got 2 defenders on him. The other defender who the foul's on needs to slide over. Look, there needs to be other defensive help in front of this. Can you pause it right there, guys? Look at this. Calc draws 2 players to him. So this guy needs to be in, or he needs to drop down in front of that pass, and then they won't get hurt by it. So that's just a brilliant find by Calcaterra across the lane that we've seen over and over tonight. Again, early in the year, this is sort of what Coach Heyer said. They got some kinks they're working out, and next week they'll work on the next rotation and so forth.
And it's a simple read play. Calc did a great job right there of watching where the defense was sagging, and they didn't get down fast enough, and he went down to the block. If they do get down to the block, he's got 2 shooters waiting out on the 3-point line. It's a great offense. Good defense here by the Ramblers. Blasco with the ball. He's going to launch, and he's going to get a little short there, and Steinhoff comes up with it. Here comes Calcaterra. Going to give it to Bream for 3, and he got it! He ties it up!
Another really interesting choice by Calcaterra. I thought he was going to try and get to the basket, but he pauses, realizes Bream is wide open behind him, and Aiden takes his time and drills it.
Look at the quickness. Look at the quickness of Disbrow, man. He is shifty in there. And it's just trading buckets here.
Yeah, both teams struggling a little bit on defense tonight, thus the
Shulock drops a 3. I was just about to say, might be too early to shoot that. Way out there, and he drops it.
Boyne's had trouble getting over the hump here in the second quarter, getting that lead back, and sometimes you just got to make a shot. So
Coach Heyer is going to call a timeout, and that's going to hopefully fire up the Boyne City crowd. I mean, this is going to be a dogfight all the way down to the last second.
So we'll see a quick replay of this earlier 3 just a moment ago. Can you wind that back just a bit there? You see the Calcaterra penetration. Yeah, he just stops, dishes that ball, and then he stands in the way so the defense can't get out to Aiden. Aiden just takes his time, concentrates, looking at the rim, and knocks it down.
I thought he did a great job of just stopping and not attacking the rim when it was 1-on-3.
Yep. And there's that long 3 by Shulock. Again, a nice shot, nice release.
Yeah, you look at Coach Redmond's reaction on that one. He was holding his breath too. He was about ready to say, "What are you doing taking that one from way out there right now?"
He was wondering whether he was going to be happy or disappointed at the end of that shot. Yeah.
That's one of those. Oh no! Yes, good shot. Boyne City up by 1 here. This is an amazing game, like we expected. Been very tough to get into this with all of the alum coming back and talking to us on set. Our main guy we wanted to talk to, Andy Deneau, the godfather of it all, having a hard time getting through to him on the phone. I talked with him. We have a tape conversation with him. Maybe we can. Oh, here's Trevor King with a steal. That's huge. That's huge. puts Boyne City.
And now we're going to just try and make smart plays on defense. Make Kalkaska work for a bucket.
I'll tell you what, they can't give up any threes. There's a good little hook shot.
Oh, and it rimmed out, and Aiden Bream just is able to take that away from Kalkaska.
Oh, good hands again. Yeah. John Bell, very quick. Good hands by Kalkaska to stop that easy bucket.
And there's Fitch limping off the floor once more. I don't know if he hurt himself again or just couldn't make a go of it.
He's a gamer. I mean, these guys, they know how big this game is.
You know, that was another opportunity there to get a dish and a bucket up close, and I'm impressed with Calcaterra. He's had a real big impact on this game, not necessarily offensive or scoring-wise, but.
Oh, and Blaska almost had to follow, and Calcaterra comes up with a rebound, and you got to get it out of there. And Coach Redmond, everybody's trying to call a timeout here.
I have no idea what the call was. Looks like I haven't gotten a signal yet.
Well, Calcaterra got caught out there. They're trying to go into their stall, and he got caught, lost the ball. Luckily, Kalkaska came down, missed a couple. Calcaterra comes up with a rebound, and luckily we get a timeout out of it.
Well, that was not a real balanced putback on Kalkaska's part. I don't remember who that was, but he should have come down with the ball and gone back up with it. There's the Trevor King steal and layup. He should have come back down with it, gone back up or kicked it out and gotten a good possession out of it. But right now with a 3-point lead and the way the scoring is going, no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, we could be up into the 70s by the time this game is over, or it could stay at 64-61 and Coach Redmond goes into the stall and forces Kalkaska to foul. I'm guessing that's what's probably going to come out of this timeout. They're going to go and they do it. It's not like any other team. They're going to probably pressure and trap as much as they can to try to get the steal, and then probably look to foul here depending on how much time comes off that clock. But their defense is very efficient, so they might not have to foul until.
Well, we may see some. We're going to see a man defense now, pressure man, full court.
So they're going to look to trap here. Watch the jump. There it is. They're going to go stall here, and they're going to try to foul. There we go. Calcaterra is going to go to the line here. These are now becoming important free throws, as they always are, but let's see if the shake the cobwebs.
What do you think of that? Foul with 45 seconds left, down by 3.
I thought he would let it go a little bit more, but I mean, you know what he's going to do. Once he plays his hand and he's going to start stalling, you might as well foul now with more time on the clock for things to happen. Boyne City hasn't been that great at the free throw line.
I have difficult. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Otherwise, you potentially give Boyne a 5-point lead with 40 seconds left.
Right, and again, there's no shot clock. They could seriously hold it for the entire time. You're going to have to foul eventually. You might as well just do it and get into an offense here. Boyne City now up by 5. Castaneda gets right to the rim easily.
What a great play to come down here and foul.
Yeah, see, very smart. Lots of time left. They're going to foul again. I think that's going to be Riddle's. No, that's Tristan Rowland in there now.
No, that was Riddle. That's
Riddle. Yeah, that's right. That was a JV player. I'm sorry. Timeout. Kalkaska. Oh, that's only Riddle's 4th. Yeah, okay.
And we got Vondra shooting. Is that correct?
I think so, yes. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to play these guys again, and then again in the district. Hopefully. So it'll be very interesting when there's a little bit more at stake in the district games that are going to be here. So yeah, so I believe now you can see Coach Redmond right there. Probably going over taking care of the ball. Again, he's been in so many of these situations and bigger moments than this, but he treats every game as though it's a big championship moment, and these kids are ready to go. They're prepared for this. It's only December, and they're already feeling like they're in championship basketball situations. So Max is going to go to the line here, shoot 2. Laundry gets one. 67-63.
Oh boy, there's going to be 3 free throws coming up for Kalkaska. Yep, there's Blasco, another long 3 right from the same spot as before. And again, this foul's on the box out. We've seen that on the other end of the court.
Yeah.
Rims it in.
Wow. Makes the first 2. Now again, this is going to be, I don't know why they fouled, huh? It's a whole nother game.
Yep. Yeah, my guess is he's a pretty good free throw shooter on the year, and
makes all
3. 1 point game. So Kalkaska's got all kinds of opportunities here. Oh! And Bream with the strong
and he gets the fouls.
Woo!
Wow.
He just grabbed that game back into Boyne's control with his 2 hands when he grabbed that ball, because that ball was Kalkaska's.
Well, we talked about that as being one of the keys to the game, is taking care of the ball. And you can see, man, that any little pass that gets tipped, it could be the game. And Aiden Bream.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the other thing, although Kalkaska's in the double bonus, so I was going to say it was good that he went to the hole there to try and get some points out of it. But
yeah, I don't know if that went off of Calcaterra's shoe or what. That just came right out of his hand. And Aiden Bream comes up with a big free throw right here, and this next one's going to be even bigger.
Yeah, but we said at the beginning of the game, we reminded everybody that Aiden Bream is a sophomore, and he's got almost 3 full seasons of varsity basketball left, and we can watch him. We've watched him grow already this year into a real confident, consistent player, which is something Boyne really needs right now.
Yep, and he has been, talking with him, he has been admitted as being a deer in headlights last year, and now he understands the game. He learns about the game. He's talking about games. I mean, the kid is a wonderful student, both in the classroom and of the basketball game, and it's fun to watch all that potential and how he's going to just keep growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, a really great kid. Absolutely.
Well, we're gonna brag him up here before he comes out to take that second free throw, and I hope hope he can feel all that and knock down that second one to make it a 3-point game.
Well, our point is, even if he misses it, he's still a great kid. But he's going to make it.
Stroke's looking good tonight. He's going to drop it down. But again, Kalkaska's got some good 3-point shooters, and this could be interesting. Getting a report that Boyne City the girls are up by 6 with how much time to go? A minute? 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. Boyne City girls are beating Kalkaska by 6 right now. So they're getting their money's worth, and Kalkaska as well.
So if we talk strategy here for just a minute, Kalkaska is going to have the ball here most likely, well, one way or the other, because Boyne doesn't have anybody up on the lane. So Bream with a make is going to put him up 3 with a miss. Kalkaska is going to have to go the length of the floor, only down 2 though.
And Aiden Bream makes the second one. Now it's a 3-point game, and let's take a look at what kind of 3-point play they got drawn up here. Yeah, you knew it was going to be Blasco looking for it. Good defense by Aiden Bream, and that's going to be your game. And Aiden Bream steps up in the last minute here and secures a 3-point victory for your Boyne City Ramblers.
And that was in doubt for a while during that 3rd and 4th quarter when Boyne couldn't seem to get get a lead back, but that's a good win for Boyne City.
Fantastic defense there. They knew it was going to try to go to Blasco to take that last second three. If you take a look right here, and there, they came out with three guys on them, and then Aiden Bream just stood up.
Well, it was stagnant. I mean, it was real stagnant. These guys are standing out here watching him, and you got to screen away, move or something. Blasco has to throw it up from 28 feet or something.
I thought they would try to kick it out a little bit, but they knew the play was going to him. Blasco knew he had to shoot, and he just had to shoot it over Aiden Bream, which is tough to do. Great surge by the Ramblers there in the last 5 minutes to secure their first Lake Michigan Conference victory of the season and to send a message in the Lake Michigan Conference. Well, we are going to try to take it over to Jacob Keltz on the sideline to get Coach Redmond. And go ahead, take it away, Jake.
Hey guys, I'm here with Coach Redmond.
Oh, you think? Yeah, come in and show us how to do that.
He's doing another interview, but he'll be done momentarily.
Okay.
First of all, Coach, I want to say great game. This is my first time actually watching Boyne play. For someone like me who's never seen the team, how would you describe this team to people that have never seen them play before?
I think it's a fun group to watch because they play hard, they play together. It's always exciting to see what's going to happen on the floor. I think I'm getting gray by the second this year. No, that's a great group of kids. We're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, they really flipped it around that second half. What did you tell them at halftime to make a spark and really get them to fire up?
Well, we had like 3 or 4 key possessions to end the first half. If you noticed, there was a difference where we let them back in the game because we had them down and then we lost our focus a bit. So we just talked about keeping our focus, taking care of things we could control and good things would happen, and they went out and did that. I was really proud because we had a couple kids that made a few mistakes, like Aiden on that 3 late, but then he hustled after the rebound and then stepped up and knocked down those 3 free throws. That was huge for us.
Perfect. Thank you. Great win.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks to Coach Redmond. Always a good sport with his
yeah, he's fantastic.
interviews.
Yep. Gotta love it. Okay, we're gonna take it out to a commercial, and we're gonna be back. We're gonna try to get some players to interview and maybe try to get Andrew Deneau information for you here. So you're watching the Rambler Sports Network. We'll be back after this.
Shar-M United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Because change doesn't happen alone. Hope isn't a one-man band. And there's no such thing as self-taught or self-made. We have one life. To live better, we must live united. Shar-M United Way.
Why am I proud to be a Rambler?
Why am I proud to be a Rambler? Why am I proud to be a Rambler?
Why am I proud to be a Rambler? I'm proud to be a Rambler because of the school spirit the students express when representing BCHS and cheering on their fellow Rambler athletes. From the energy of the Friday night games to our incredible week of homecoming and Spirit Day activities to rocking the stands at basketball games, being a part of this excitement and fun is why I love being a Rambler. My name is Brooklyn Fitzpatrick and I play basketball, softball, and volleyball here at Boyne City High School.
Why am I proud to be a Rambler?
Why am I proud to be a Rambler? Why am I proud to be a Rambler?
Why am I proud to be a Rambler? I'm proud to be a Rambler because of the endless community support the school receives. Whether it be a Friday night in the stands at a football game or a Friday night in the bleachers at a basketball game, the community shows endless support for this school. My name is Max Fonder and I play football and basketball here at Boyne City High School.
Favorite thing about my street? It's safe.
It's quiet.
We rely on each other.
And we rely on our electric cooperative.
The co-op isn't just about electricity.
It's about power.
The power of information.
About safety.
Efficiency.
Technology. So when I have a question about energy,
I call my Touchstone Energy Cooperative first.
In my community, I am the co-op. I am the co-op.
And the co-op
is me.
Did you know that at each game, you, the crowd, are evaluated
and rated based on your sportsmanship
and how well you represent your school?
It's not only us getting evaluated on game night, it's you too.
Look at that shot there. All the fans, Dominic.
How about the parents being louder than the student section for once?
We work hard and strive to perform. I hope you do too. We are Lake Michigan Conference.
Sportsmanship.
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 Make it part of your game.
Well, we're back here in the wheelhouse, closing up shop here. We got an empty pizza plate.
Yeah, all your food.
We're just sort of decompressing after that exciting win. And we got Aiden Bream here with one shoe on, coming to chat with us just for a minute.
Yeah, we were waiting. He said, talking to Coach Redmond, and so we had to wait for.
Are you going to do this interview with one shoe on, Aiden?
Yeah, you know it.
Well, how did the ankle, first and foremost, how did the ankle hold up tonight? Looks like it held up pretty well.
Pretty good. Scott did a really good job wrapping it. A little tight at the start, but it was good.
You looked like you were moving pretty well.
Yeah.
So Coach Redmond talked a little bit about some simple mistakes, losing some balls, making some bad passes, but then always the way the Ramblers play, getting back in, diving on the floor, getting that ball back. And I thought you did a fantastic job of that tonight.
Thank you.
What's going through your mind when you're selling out, diving on the floor? Are you knowing that this is a huge game in the conference, or knowing that you don't want to get in trouble from Coach Redmond from having a turnover, so you're trying to get the ball back?
A little bit of both. Coach Redmond's pretty intimidating. But, no, in big games like this, we really need the ball. So just putting in a little extra hustle really helps in the long run.
Fantastic job making those free throws. What's going through your mind after they call a timeout? You got to come out and knock down that free throw.
They're called free for a reason.
Yeah, I love it. And good defense on Blaskow there. Last minute, you knew he was going to take the three. You draw up the assignment. What are you thinking while you're guarding him?
Don't let him make it. Contest. I mean, to win that game, we really can't let him make that. So it's important to contest, and Coach Redmond made that very clear. So it was what I was focusing on.
Talk a little bit about Kalkaska's speed. You guys haven't seen speed like that all season.
Not.
They were beating you guys to spots, and it made it a little bit tougher for you guys to score. And you got a couple charges called against you guys. How long does it take to adjust to that?
It takes a while to adjust. I mean, like you said, we haven't played a team this fast before, so it was definitely a trick for our mental toughness to figure it out and get through it, especially in the long run at the very end.
Yeah.
Well, Coach Redmond made a mention of you guys losing focus a little bit, kind of in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
What was the change there? Because you guys were pretty committed and attentive towards the end.
I think when we started making our shots and the enthusiasm started getting up, we really understood, what we had to do and, get mentally tough.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We have a couple more players that we're going to talk to. Congratulations on a great win, man. That was fun to watch. All right, go ice that ankle, will you? All right, we're bringing in Dylan Shulock right now, senior. Put it over your ears like that. There you go. Good job. All right, huge win for you guys. Talk a little bit about what was going on in some of the huddles in there. Coach Redmond yelling at you guys. It was a little sloppy there for a little bit.
Yeah, for the most part, he was just telling us to keep up our defensive consistency because we knew they were Kalkaska was going to come in and fight, and we just had to fight along with them and just keep that tempo going all game. So that's basically what it was every huddle. Keep going, keep it up. Let's go.
How about your three-pointer here right in front of the bench? I mean, you didn't really. Your shooting tonight wasn't what it normally was, but you came up.
Yeah. So many bunnies.
We're gonna take a look at the replay right here of this huge three-pointer. I think this kind of swung the momentum to Boyne City. I mean, you watch the Rambler Rowdies going crazy. You're going crazy. It kind of set the tone that says we're going to win this game, right? It just kind of changed the whole thing. So what are you thinking? We were making jokes saying that Coach Redmond is sitting there going, what are you doing taking that?
He was ready to grab you by the shirt and set you right down on the bench. That's right.
I know Coach has trusted me to take those shots.
So you knew that he was going to be fine. Make or miss on that shot?
Definitely. I'm pulling it. You're going to leave me open, I'm pulling it.
That's what we figured. We figured you were pulling it. We didn't know if it was going to be a good shot or not, but it ended up working out. Great win for you guys. What's this mean to beat Kalkaska this early? knowing that you got him in the district?
Oh, it means a lot. I mean, like, seeing as we're going to see him later in the district coming in and putting up, like, it was a great fight all game and getting the win, it means a lot, honestly. It's the startup of conference play, and we're going to play him hopefully 2 more times in the year, and it just sets up a good old little season rivalry.
It's going to be a good one.
Yep,
yeah.
3 good ones. That was a lot of fun to watch tonight.
All right, well, thank you, Dylan Shulock, and we are going to try to get one more. We're going to try to get Pete Kalkaska in here real quick. Nice job. Congratulations.
And Pete is here with this is a public speaking test going in the grade book tomorrow. So.
Oh, that's right. You can grade him on this.
So tell us about the game from your perspective. I mean, we know what we think because we've been talking about all night. But what do you think?
They're a good team. We knew they were going to come out shooting, so we just had to play good, solid defense on them. And
what was the difference in the end? Because it was tight that whole second half till the end.
we just had to get down and guard them, make sure they didn't get any easy shots.
Yeah, you guys really played some shutdown defense in about the last 3 minutes. I do have to ask you this, though. You played a great game, great hustle. What the heck was it do with that last pass? Did that go off your shoe or something? Like, it looked like it just went out of your hands. Like, we watched a replay, and it just, all of a sudden, it's
dribbled
out.
and took a stride, and I guess it just bounced off my foot right to Aiden. I scared myself.
Yeah,
bad.
You looked very scared.
Oh, yeah.
We thought that it was one of those where you're, ready to grab it, and you lost it. But then we watched a replay, and your hands didn't even touch it.
No,
it
went
just
right off my foot. Right off my foot.
Go easy on him. He's taking criticism in his ear from his dad in the meantime. So
Dad's on the headset going, yeah, I'm scared to death. Oh, we got it right here. Take a look. See, look at. You can see that.
Just a nice punt right there.
Your hands come up, and it's like, oh, crap, the ball's not there.
Aiden bailed me out on that one.
Yeah,
for sure.
he did. You could tell you were a little scared on that one. But, well, it all worked out great for you. Congratulations. Awesome game. Nice job public speaking. Go in there in the locker room and enjoy it. Yeah, it's about a C- maybe. I don't know. All right, are we trying to get the Andrew Deneau call up and ready to go? Oh, okay, yeah. So Andrew Deneau right now, he is on set right now filming, so he's busy. He cannot take our call. So we are going to play for you the pre-recorded interview that we had with Andrew Deneau in Georgia. And that's how we're going to close the show. So you're going to listen to that right now. And our next broadcast will be January 11th. You can listen to the great conversation with Andrew Deneau, and we'll see you next time on the Rambler Sports Network on January 11th. Okay, that is the most responsible for getting this all going. He's RSM alum of 2013. Graduated at Michigan State University with a production degree. Worked in just about every position in Spartan Vision in college, from camera to TD to director, et cetera, et cetera. Now, off in Atlanta, working on major movie sets, like $100 million budget movies. So Andrew, welcome. And tell us a little bit about these big budget film projects you're working on.
Hey Andy, how's it going?
Good.
Moved down to Atlanta about a little over a year ago and had the opportunity of working on some big movie sets and whatnot, and it's just been pretty crazy and hectic, but it's going really well. I work in the visual effects department for these movies, so anytime there's filming something that's not really there in the movie on camera on the day, our department takes care of like adding that in later and everything. It's a lot of fun, and you meet some great people along the way, and it's just been a blast.
So you work actually for a visual effects company?
I'm considered freelance.
Oh, okay.
And most people are in this field. So I only work with the visual effects that take place on the day, so while we're actually filming. And then later, the visual effects companies, once we're done shooting the movie, then the footage will go to the companies, and they'll add all the cool, crazy visual effects that you see in the final film.
So what is the coolest graphic that you've put into a movie? Craziest one?
That's a tricky question. I mean, a lot of these things I haven't even seen yet because these movies have not come out yet. So yeah, it's hard to say for that one for sure. Okay. I think if I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be some of the stuff you see in the upcoming movie called Jungle Cruise. But
Okay, Jungle Cruise. I'm going to have to watch that one now.
Yeah, it'll be a good one.
So what's it like seeing your name in the credits on these big movies?
It's definitely surreal because I remember, when I was in high school, doing stuff with VI there and RSN and everything. Me and my buddies would go make movies on the weekends, and Calc would help us out with stuff, with equipment and getting some logistics done, and we'd make our own little movies and everything, but no one ever watched them. We put our name in the credits and we put them online, but nobody ever watched the videos. And then we go to the movies on the weekend and, watch the movie and then see the credits and be like, man, it'd be cool to have our name up there one day. And then sure enough, only a couple years later, and there's my name up there on the screen. So that was it's been pretty neat.
Yeah, and makes a lot of people proud, too. That's kind of cool. So tell us what you did here in Little Boyne City, how you started all that stuff. How did that help you get to where you are right now?
Wow. I was thinking about this the other day, and I really think that the visual imaging course that the Boyne City High School has to offer was just like the best thing that I could have done to commit myself to this field, because I look at it as like that class as kind of a sandbox where Kalkaska brought me in. He gave me general rules and showed me the guidelines and the boundaries of what the class was about, but then he kind of just let me loose and let me play. And through playing with everything there, experimenting and learning every single day, that's where I found my passion for this field. And I really don't think I would have done that had I not been able to do that every single day, throughout the school year, have dedicated time to play in that sandbox and really experience all those things.
Yeah, it is kind of a sandbox. I like that analogy. What advice you got for the current RSN crew right now and making sure they take advantage of what they have in front of them?
The best advice I can give to the current RSN crew is to just experiment and play and never be afraid to try something. Go out of your boundaries. The best stuff that came out of RSN and VI for me was when I was after hours with Calc, and it wasn't necessarily during the school period, but I wanted to play and Calc let me play, and that's where I learned the most. So don't be afraid to keep going after the bell rings and take some stuff home if you're really passionate about it and just explore.
Well, you heard it there, guys. If you explore and play, you could be where Andrew is right now, working on major sets. And Andrew, thank you for taking time away from your busy schedule. Boyne City is very, very proud of you. Sorry you couldn't be here live with the alumni doing their broadcast tonight. But, man, you definitely have made your mark here in Boyne City and RSN. So thanks for your time. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks, Andy.
All right.